Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with the AG Talk Show. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking about the topic of Apple and why they haven't introduced the USB Type-C into their devices, not including the iPad Pro, and why they removed the headphone jack as well. And one more thing, also why did it take so long for them to include wireless charging into their devices? Now, I do know that wireless charging was introduced for Samsung for their S7, I want to say. Yeah, S7. And Samsung introduced it a year later in their 8. But yeah. But before we get started, make sure you guys do like and subscribe and also comment on what you guys want to hear on me from my upcoming videos. And I also encourage you guys to ask me any questions that you have because I do want to start a Q&A series too. But yeah, make sure you guys have a safe and happy holidays as well. Alrighty, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so we know that Apple has incorporated USB Type-C into their iPad Pro, but that's like an $800, $900 thing. But they also have $1,000 iPhones, so why haven't they incorporated into that? Well, in order to better understand the future, we must look at the past, like I always say. So, as most of you probably know, Apple, they've been sticking with the Lightning cable. Now, I believe they started using this around the iPhone 5 or 5S, I want to say, somewhere around there. And they've been using it ever since, all the way from the 5s to the 11s now. And they haven't really switched over, they haven't switched over to USB Type-C at all, except on their MacBooks as well. Yes, MacBooks and their iPad Pro, the most expensive one. So the reason they haven't done that is because they have the patent on the Lightning cable. So let me put it this way. Let's say you own a factory in China and you want to make iPhone chargers to sell as wholesale maybe. So what technically happens is that factory, they basically tell Apple, hey, we want to start making lightning to USB cables, and we need your permission to do that. And Apple's like, okay, we will let you do that as long as you pay this X amount of price for this for X amount of cables that you sell. So they have to take a royalty fee, I believe. I'm not sure if that's it, but they have to take some sort of fee in order to profit off of that. Now, this is one of many reasons of why Apple does not switch over to USB Type-C. Because first of all, they can charge a fee for whoever wants to make lightning cables and stuff like that, or lightning accessories. And if they do switch over to USB Type-C, then they have to pay someone else to in order to get the USB-C connectors and cables and all of that stuff, in order to put it in their iPhone and headphones and stuff like that. So therefore, that's one reason why. And also as well, if Apple stops putting the Lightning cable in their devices, that means they will still have the patent, but that Chinese factory that was in China, they're gonna stop making or they're gonna make it to little to no production of Lightning cables or accessories, because now that the newer iPhones are now coming up with USB Type-C, they don't see a point of making Lightning cables because that was on the older iPhones, or little to no production. That's what I said before, but that's the main reason they're doing it for. They're doing it for the money. They really want your money. And also, people that want to make lightning cables and accessories, they want their money as well. Alrighty, on for the next reason. So for this one, I want to explain why Apple took out the headphone jack. Now, it's a very similar process as the last one. Apple had to pay a fee in order to use their headphone jack on each devices. So instead of Apple collecting the fee, it's whoever made the headphone jack. Now, I'm not sure who made it. Again, I'm not sure. But it's whoever who made the headphone jack. Apple is paying that person a fee in order to include it into their devices. That's the main reason why they took it out. It's not completely true how they wanted to make a completely wireless future. It's just so because they wanted to save money on their devices. Alrighty, on to the next one. So why did Apple include wireless charging onto devices so late? Now I believe they started adding wireless charging to their devices. I want to say maybe in 2017, and then they added to their new AirPods second generation, I believe, something like that. And the reason that they did this is because they didn't want to pay the fee to the person who invented wireless charging so they can save a little bit more money on their iPhones. But since they saw Samsung was doing it, now I'm not saying Apple's a copy or anything like that. Since they saw the new Samsung S7 came out at the time, since they saw that it had it, they decided to add it to their 8 and the X. Now, I personally know that wireless charging has been around for a long time, and even before Samsung started using it. I believe it was, I want to say, maybe 6 to 7 years before Samsung introduced it to their devices. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys do leave a like and also subscribe. And also, if you have any questions, please do leave it down in the comment section below. And also comment on what you guys want in my upcoming videos. Alrighty, thanks for watching with the AG Talk Show, and see you next time.